Here we are now in our Adobe Photoshop. By the way, I am using Adobe Photoshop 2020, but for this project, you can use the earlier versions of Photoshop since the tools that we're going to use are available in the earlier versions of the software. First, you need to open your reference file, and since I have my reference file here, I don't need to open it. But for those who didn't have their reference file, you need to press Ctrl O and select the reference file from the destination of the file. If you already have your reference file, press Ctrl J to duplicate it. After we duplicate it, we need to click the image, here, the image button, click Adjustments, and choose Threshold. Threshold determines the shadow of your reference file. You set the threshold level in the slider. I would like to set it to 40, but it all depends on your preferences. After we have set our threshold level, press the pen tool in the toolbar, Ctrl plus to zoom in, and start tracing the shape of the shadow. This will make it a lot easier. Now that you're done tracing, you zoom out, Ctrl minus, and duplicate that layer by pressing Ctrl J. After you duplicate the threshold layer, go to Effects, press that layer, go to Effects, Color Overlay, and color it black. Now we need to trace the white spaces in the shadow. To trace the white spaces in the shadow, we need to reduce the opacity. Select the pen tool, zoom in, and trace that white space. Same process, how you trace the shape of the shadow is also how you trace the white spaces. After you trace the white spaces, you press Ctrl Enter and hit Delete. Press Ctrl D to remove the selection. As you can see, there are still a lot of white spaces, but don't worry, we'll trace it. Same process. Trace it with pen tool, Ctrl Enter, and Delete. Trace this in the threshold layer. Trace the shape of the shadow. Just like we did with the shape earlier. Ctrl J to duplicate the layer. Make sure to duplicate the layer from the threshold. Go to Effects, Color Overlay, color it black, reduce opacity, and trace the white spaces. Simple, guys. This will only take you a few days to practice until you create your very own threshold effect. This shadow on the neck. Duplicate it. color it black. Let's disable layer to see the result. Oops. We need to increase the opacity to 100 first. There we go. We're almost done. Now that we have this threshold effect, what we need to do now is to group these layers or merge them. I'd like to merge them since I don't have to make changes already. But if you need to make changes, you need to group them so that you can be selective on the changes. Now if you want to merge them, press Ctrl and click each layer and right click, then merge layers. Now that I have merged the layer, I would color the background layer here to color white using FX color overlay color white for a better clean look. See, the thing is, we could leave it like this. We could just make it black and white, but what I would like you to do, or what I like to do, is to put some color on this project. Now you can put color overlay, but what I want to do is use a stock image of this galaxy here, or this colorful clouds from the galaxy, and put it on top of this layer. Right click the layer of the galaxy and click create clipping mask. There you go. It's a lot better, it's a lot more colorful, but it all depends on you and what purposes you have. So there we have it. We're already done. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something. As I said, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and share my video to your friends and ring the notification bell. Once again, thank you. Bye-bye.